Well, hi there. I'm here with Alyce Palmer today, the latest member of our pastoral team. And Alyce, I'm just going to ask you if you would spend a few moments introducing yourself again. Tell us a little bit about your background and experience, and maybe why I'm having this conversation with you.
Sure. Well, Charlie, my educational background includes an undergraduate degree in psychology, a master's degree in pastoral counseling, and my experience in counseling includes time that I spent in the private sector, in the HR profession, as well as in my primary appointment, which is to Wisdom's Wellspring. It's a ministry for women. And in those settings, I dealt with the issues of addiction and other mental health issues.
Okay, so maybe you could tell us a little bit more about where you've seen the impact of addiction through your ministry or anywhere in your own life and experience.
I think my experience is no different from a lot of our experiences. Addictions can be found in families, in communities, in the church, and in workplaces. Certainly, I've experienced people struggling with addictions in every one of those settings.
Okay. Based on that experience, what are some of the misconceptions that you have seen around addictions?
I would say the primary misconception is people, when they say addiction, they think of alcohol, tobacco, or drugs, whether legal or illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And addictions are much more broad than that.
Okay. So you are a theologian, theologically trained, and you also have professional experience in counseling. What are some of the roots of addiction that you have seen or that you think come in at the roots of addictive behaviors?
There are many, but I'm going to focus on one.
Okay.
And that is the fact that we are created in the image of God. We are created for relationship. And because of that, I believe God created us with a deep longing
Mm-hmm.
for God, a relationship with God. And we confuse that longing. And when we don't have a relationship with the Almighty, we can make substitutes that are unhealthy for us.
Okay.
Whether they're seemingly harmless, like being a workaholic,
Mm-hmm.
or whether it's a serious addiction, like a drug addiction.
Okay.
All of those impact negatively on people's lives when the primary relationship with God is missing.
Gotcha. It's like that God-shaped space that we talk about being within us that we try to fill with other things, right?
Yep.
Talk to me a little bit about how can the church, the community of Christ, how can we come alongside those that are struggling with addiction?
The church is a very important resource for people.
Mm-hmm.
If we can create a space where people feel safe, they feel like they belong, there are resources available to help individuals find the help that they need, whether it's through pastoral counseling or maybe just a sense of identity and belonging. The church is the place where that can happen.
Wow. And what do you think some of the barriers are that are in place to stop people coming to seek that kind of help?
Well, we all need a Savior. And many times there are things that have happened to us or we have done that we're ashamed of, that we feel guilty about. Sometimes our pride gets in the way. And we have a cultural aspect to this too. As Americans, we're brought up to be independent, think that asking for help is a sign of weakness. And so those are barriers, every one of them. And we all wear masks, and sometimes we don't want our public persona to be at odds with what we're struggling with, and so we hide.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like it's understanding that we really do need each other in this journey and help from one another.
Yes.
Hey, Alyce, thank you. Folks, if you have anything that you would like to come and speak with Alyce about, we have a pastoral counseling ministry now that exists here at Memorial that she is running, and you can come see her on Wednesday mornings, and you can make an appointment through the church office. And I know, Alyce, that you would love to see folks from our church family come along and get to know them a little bit better, right?
Absolutely. And if you're hesitant about calling the church office, you can always call me on my cell phone number.
All right.
And that number is available from the church.
Thanks, Alyce. Thanks for having a conversation with me about this today.
Thank you, Charlie.